Yes, today's the day. I must say, it's quite the lovely sunrise to start a country invasion. I know just the perfect spell to preoccupy Prince Ios, while the battle is taking place.
Where am I? If this is a nightmare, I'd love to wake up right about now. Hold on, whose voice is that?
Whoa, what kind of husband can't even recognize the voice of his own wife? So, we finally meet Prince Eos. I must say, you're certainly far more desirable than your father. It's just such a crying shame that you're wasting your potential going after my discarded fragment when you could have the real thing.
It's really you, the Queen of Shadows, Lilith. This can't be happening. You're supposed to be sealed away. How's this possible?
Why, your dear old friend Rasputin is to thank for this insightful encounter. As my disciple, I can grant him access to my presence. This here is just a projection. I now have access to you since you're joined to my fragment, Lita.
Enough. I don't know what kind of sick game you're playing, but it's not going to work. I have a lot on my plate right now, and the last thing I need at the moment is a meaningless distraction. So, I'm ending this now.
Then by all means, do your worst. Simply incredible. That was definitely enough for me to release you from this hibernation spell.
Wait. Hibernation spell?
Yes, my goal here is to keep you in a state of hibernation until the invasion against Drakonisia is over. Face it, dear prince. Your country and its people are doomed.
Rasputin's scheming led Eldora to accomplish what we call a divide and conquer tactic by separating Prince Eos from Drakonisia by getting him hypnotized and rendered incapacitated while the invasion took place. It was quite the overwhelming odds, but Drakonisia did everything in his power to defend themselves. But Eldora troops just kept coming, and just by the legions upon legions. And the fact that they used their Fafnite weapons to open fire on innocent Draconians and subduing them with ease was alarming. It's like their marches were very intimidating. And one could wonder what happened to Prince Eos. That's what they were wondering. However, he was placed under the same hibernation spell that the young wolf girl back in the Northern Heights region was. Back when they had to deal with Rasputin years ago. It's like a hard hypnosis spell to break, and only a select few know how to dispel it. What can we do?
My goodness. There are strange men everywhere in this place. We've got to take our young and lead them all to safety.
I know, Mother. But there's no way we can get to our nesting grounds without running into those invaders and their deadly weapons. I just hope that Father and the other tribesmen are strong enough to fend off these dangerous humans.
Meanwhile, on the battlefield, this happened.
I don't exactly know why, Shakespeare, but this invasion seems much more similar than I thought. I honestly thought the infamous Draconians would put up a much more difficult fight than this. I'm quite unimpressed.
Come now, sire. These results are to be expected. After all, we are the largest and most powerful army in all Zestria. No amount of big, scary dragon people are enough to change that fact.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Let's just hurry up, slay the king, and get this over with. By then, Rasputin should be finished dealing with Lilith.
See, yet another flawless victory from the king himself. This is just another merit to add to your title as the undefeated king of Eldora.
How dare you filthy heathens enter my territory with your evil weapons and desires, destroying my land and killing dozens of my people. You human scum have incurred an unpayable debt. Not even your deaths will be enough to suffice the amount of rage I feel against your kind. So, I take it you're the king of the Draconian Empire. That explains why your aura is far stronger than any other creature I've faced here. I'm here to rescue my brother from the serpentine charms of your women. If you think this country would allow the births of such abominations to take place, you're terribly mistaken, my friend. Your presence sickens me. I shall slay and devour you here and now. At last, finally a worthy opponent. That's what King Apollo said to himself. As the king of dragons, King Drake charged relentlessly at him in his fortified, fire-breathing dragon form. He was waiting for this day, this moment, for the two kings to clash against one another. The two most powerful forces in their respective countries. Eldora and Drakonisia. Who was the victor? Apollo was ready to put his old sword into good use. Now we see. Yes, all that chaos was going on the battlefield. However, there was another silent foe that tried to slip in through the village. That's right, you guessed it. It was none other than Rasputin and his silent onslaught against Nicodemus and the other residents of the village. They did everything in their power to defend off against this sinister dark monk. Or should we say the black monk? Yeah, and it looks like they're doing just fine. I do enjoy cartoon battle shenanigans. It's just really interesting to watch. See the villain get clobbered is always hilarious. And kaboing!
Thank goodness. Rasputin was quite a handful to deal with. Hopefully he should be out of commission by the time we're finished here.
That's great and all, but where is Eos? This war has started and he's nowhere to be found. Did Rasputin have something to do with his disappearance?
More than likely, I'm afraid. I know where exactly they took him. Follow me.
Whoa. Where exactly are we, Nicodemus? This doesn't look anything like Drakonisia.
That's because we're not in Drakonisia anymore. We're in the basement floor of the Eldora castle. This was a part of their plan from the beginning. Look over there.
No. Eos, it's me. Lita.
It's no use, Lita. Rasputin put him under a hibernation spell to last until the siege against Drakonisia was over. We're going to have to undo the curse, if we have any chance of waking him now.
It's my Rosario, isn't it? I'll have to put it on him, in order to awaken Eos.
I'm afraid so, but I wouldn't do it just yet. There's to be some other way.
I'm sorry, Nicodemus. But, I just can't sit idly by and wait when there's so much at stake. My Rosario is a small price to pay for my people's safety.
Then, you'll be doing exactly what they want. You'll go back to being Lilith's vessel if you surrender your Rosario. I'm going to use my powers to bore into his subconscious and awaken him from Lilith's clutches.
Please, be careful, Nicodemus. You're our only hope in this situation. We can't afford anything happening to you.
Don't worry. I'll be extra careful.
Nicodemus used his sacred powers to dive into the sea of the unconsciousness to reach Prince Eos's mind and wake him from the hibernation spell that Rasputin placed on him. It was quite the journey, to say the least, but it was a journey worthwhile because he actually made it there.
Strange. The spiritual, subconscious realm seems unusually dark and void for some reason. Wait. What are those two figures doing up ahead?
I don't understand. Why can't I break free? Release me, you vile witch.
I'm afraid that's not going to be the case, dear Prince. You are going to be my personal, little keepsake at least until Drakonisia has been successfully conquered. Don't you feel glad to have some alone time with your wife?
Someone as vile as you could never be my wife.
Ouch. I'm actually surprised that you fell for the exact same hibernation spell that was cast on the wolf girl back in the Northern Heights region. Talk about deja vu. Yes, keep struggling. It's very entertaining to say the least.
I wouldn't laugh so early, Shadow Queen.
This isn't possible. This is my domain. How could an intruder's light override my darkness?
Yes, I've finally gained control.
Hurry, Your Highness. We need to leave this place. Drakonisia is in grave danger.
No, they just vanished without a trace.
Both Leda and Nicodemus were exceedingly glad to see that Eos finally returned to them. However, they had a lot of interesting things in store for Rasputin when he finally regained consciousness. Check it out.
I can't believe those Cretans got the better of me that time. I better report back to King Apollo. What? Wait, what is this? What's with my voice? Why do I sound and look like this? I'm seeing more bones than usual.
I must say, Rasputin, the new look is a massive upgrade, if I say so myself. It matches exactly with monster you are from the inside.
You crafty devil, what did you do to me?
I decided to let you live the undead life of a lich. Perhaps now you see what it's like to live the life of the very beings you tried so hard to destroy. Perhaps this could broaden your perspective on those different from you.
No, this isn't right. I just wanted to be king of my own people. My life has been taken a complete turn for the worse since I've known you all.
Shifting the blame. I see. What an irresponsible king you would have made. No one forced you to come to Drakonisia and start an invasion, using Eldora to get what you want. You don't feel bad for your actions. You just feel bad that your actions actually have dire consequences.
I have nowhere else to go. I can't return to my country, nor can I approach the king looking like this. Please restore me.
That sounds like a you problem. I'm only sparing you because it'll be an insult to take such a worthless life. Begone from this place.
No, not again.
And so, this marked the start of two things, the origin of Antispur and the tragedy of Drakonisia.
It's terrible, Eos. The Eldorians have destroyed everything. The tribesmen and the other innocent non-humans. They're all gone. I can't find our daughter, Luna, anywhere.
No, Apollo.
When the trio reached the battlefield, it was quite the disturbing sight. There were so many lifeless bodies of Draconias out there, and the worst one that took the toll was the lifeless body that Prince Eos held was Seraphina herself. It was terrible.